Hello everyone. Today we have an amazing plane. Probably one of my favorite planes. I just love it. The name is MS Citation. I like to call it a private jet. It just looks like a private jet. And it has two tail fins, an afterburner. It locks together in a three-dimensional shape. It has private jet wings. I just love this plane so much. It's compared to my other designs, it's extremely hard, but it's maybe just an advanced model. It's not that hard to fold. If you watch like Irrelevant Paper Airplanes or Jason Merrill, then this is a piece of... It's just easy, very easy. If you watch Jason Merrill or Irrelevant. It should be easy if you watch Foldable Flight, but maybe a little bit harder. Now, I don't have much to say. Let's get into folding. So I'm using A4 paper. I don't think you can use 8.5 by 11 inch. And then the first thing you want to do is to fold it in half this way. And with the folded side on the bottom, you want to fold it in half the other way, like this, but don't make a full crease, just make a long pinch crease right here. I'm gonna mark it for you so you can see the pinch crease better. Right there, that's the middle point. Now you want to make a crease from that middle point all the way up to the corner. And I like to take the corner and drag it until it reaches the middle and just hold my finger there. And I just swivel the paper over to that corner. Just like that. And then you want to stand that flap and open the pocket here. And then once you have opened the pocket, you can tap on the spine here, on that crease, and fold it down so that this crease lands on that edge right here. Like that, and then you can flip the paper over and fold along this crease just to reverse the crease. And then you can actually open that up and stand this mega flap up. You want to open it up right here, and then you can kind of bring these two prongs, I don't know what to call it, together on the middle, and then you can flatten this with the crease, center crease in the middle of those two prongs. Just like that. And now we are going to fold from this corner to this corner by pulling this up, dragging it all the way up, tack that corner, tack this corner, and make sure that center crease lands on the center crease behind it. And make sure you get it good, because this is an important step. And then you want to flip it over, and you have this flap that sticks out of the model. You want to fold this and make a crease that runs right along this edge by pulling it as far as it wants to go. And then you want to open that flap, and then you can rotate it. You want to fold this edge to that edge, like that. And then you want to do the same thing again by pulling this edge to that edge. Just like that. And then you can open up this pocket like this and fold it down on that crease, the first crease you made, and now it's gone. Then you want to do the same thing on the other side by pulling this right here, creasing along that edge, opening, folding this edge to this edge or crease you just made. And then you want to do the same thing again by pulling this edge right to this edge. Then you want to open the pocket again and then fold it along this crease. Like that. Now you want to flip it over again and fold this edge into the center like this, just in between those two prongs. Do the same thing on the other side. And then you want to flip it over. And don't pay attention to this edge, pay attention to this edge behind it. You want to fold this edge into the center, but making sure that you let those release behind. Just like this, you have it like this, and then you can kind of open it up to make it snap behind like that. And crease, you can open this up and crease the layer behind it. Just like that, and then you want to do the same thing on the other side by pulling this edge to the center, but letting the layers behind snap out. Just like that. And now you want to fold this edge into the center again, just like this. And then do the same thing on the other side, pulling this edge into the center crease between those two prongs. And then you actually want to unfold this, this, and this. And fold this, this, and this. And then you have this pocket. You want to kind of pinch the center crease here and drag it up so that you have the crease all the way to the tip of the plane. And then you can push in on that side and on this side. Just like that. Now you have this big flap, and then you can fold in on that side, and that side, this side, and this side. Just like this. Now you want to squash fold this flap. It is a little bit hard to squash fold this flap because it's so long. It's all the way to the tip of the plane. I like to use a pen, and then I like to stab in there all the way to the point. And just tap all the way to the point there. And then make that center crease on the squash fold and on between these layers. Like this. And then you want to petal fold this flap. And to prepare for that, I'm going to fold this edge into the center. Fold this edge into the center. And open fold. And then we want to open this pocket up from this crease to that crease. Just like this. And then petal fold it, flatten everything like this to make a sharp point there. And then you want to fold it down, and I'm just gonna highlight this crease. Wait, you want to unfold the petal fold, and I'm gonna highlight this crease. So you want to reverse this crease inside the model. So you can grab it here and just kind of open everything up and reverse this crease inside here, close every layer up, and then you have reversed that crease. Now, if you don't have a pen or a ruler, you want to fold this tip of the plane down to that crease you just reversed, or edge right here. But that's gonna make a lot of wrinkles and I don't like that, so I'm just going to measure. I'm going to measure from that crease all the way to the tip of the plane, which is 8.5 centimeter. 8.5 divided by 2 is 4.25. And I'm gonna make a mark at 4.25 centimeters there, and I'm gonna make a mark there like that. I'm gonna make just a small tick at the layer behind it. And then you should have a crease right here with a lot of wrinkles because the layers are so thick. I'm gonna fold this over and you have a crease right here. Right here. You want to fold, I'm gonna make that crease for myself actually. Look at that. You want to fold from that crease you have all the way to the, not all the way to the corner right here, just leave maybe a 0.5 millimeter gap between your corner because I like it that way. Here you can see, here is my crease and here is my edge, just like that. And then you want to fold this flap over, just over that crease, down to that corner, not the same corner, but that corner. Then you want to open these layers like that. You open it, and then you close that petal fold, squash fold flap, and close those layers over them again. Then you can fold this to the side and open this first layer and the second layer, close it and close them over it. Then you can fold the plane in half and match this wing to that wing by pulling this up, matching the wing just like that, and then doing the same with this. You can fold it back to this orientation now and fold this over that edge, just like that. And now the next step is making the jet fold creases. You can open this layer and you want to make a crease running along that edge by kind of rolling all those layers and making crease almost right to the corner, but not right to the corner, like that. Only to the center crease, only to the center crease. This is the center crease, only crease to the center crease. Don't crease all the way. Just like that. And then you can do the same thing on the other side by opening these layers and kind of rolling them over like this and making a crease that only runs to the center crease and almost to the corner. Like this. And then you want to jet fold by kind of pushing down on this section and making sure that the nose is a mountain crease and this is a valley crease. And you can just put them together like a sandwich. And then you want to open it again to here. And now we're gonna make our tail fins. And to make a reference for the tail fin, you want to pull this flap as far as it will go. It will catch right here. And just make a little pinch crease here. You want to flip the plane over, and now you have a pinch crease here. That you will make a crease that runs from that pinch crease and not all the way to the corner, but leave a little gap. Maybe like this. Here's the corner, here's the corner, and here's the crease. And then you can fold the other side to match by just doing the same on the other side. Just like that. And then you can jet fold again, like this. And now you should have two here. And oh, I forgot a step. Don't jet fold yet. You want to flip it over. Now you have the tail fin creases. And you want to fold this tip of the tail fin down to the beginning of the crease and make a pinch crease. And then you want to fold to that pinch crease and just make a pinch crease. And then you want to fold to that pinch crease, but a little bit further, just a millimeter further than that last pinch crease. And then you don't have to do the same on the other side. You can just match it up by doing the same distance, like this. And then you want to inside reverse fold these. I like to reverse the crease first, reverse that last crease you made. And then you want to open this pocket layer thing and fold on this crease right here. And inside reverse fold it like that. I can show it more clearly here. Reverse this crease, and then you have this crease. I can show you from the inside. You want to reverse this portion of the crease like this, and then you just push here. You want to push right here. Make sure you do it on the crease, not making a new crease, to make the match, like that. If it was hard for you to understand that was not a crucial step. It just makes the plane look a little bit better. Now we can jet fold the plane. And you want to jet fold by pushing this down and closing it. Then you can open it a little bit, open the tail fins up. Sorry for that. And then you want to open this wing along here. You can do the same with the flap behind it. Do the same thing on the other side. Like this. Try to make the wings match. And now you're gonna make the afterburner and the locking mechanism. We're gonna start with the locking mechanism. To make the locking mechanism, we're going to hold the fuselage tight to the table. And then you want to open up the layers like this and fold the whole fuselage up into the body of the plane, just to the corner right here, all the way over here, all the way into it. And then you can close the fuselage and just press hard on the fuselage, just like this. And now we have our locking mechanism. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Then you want to fold the wings, not the flaps, just the wings, because the flaps are going to make the afterburners. To make the afterburners, you want to look at the space here. Which of the spaces has more space to tuck these layers in? My hair is left. My right side here has a little bit more space. That means I'm gonna put the left flap into that pocket, into that space. Actually, my left side has a little bit more space. So you're gonna take the right flap into the left side. And then you want to crease maybe halfway, not all the way. Right here. Make sure the afterburner starts at the angle change in the fuselage. And then you want to wrap the other one around the first one you wrapped. Crease halfway. Don't crease any further than halfway. Oh god. No. Like this. And then you can close the fuselage and just press even harder than the first time. Press as hard as you can. And then you can just shape the afterburner to be a little bit more like a circle. And now you're just gonna set the angles of the tail fins. You don't want them to be straight up. You want to have them pointing a little bit to each side, like this. And when you throw it, you want to bend the back edges up quite a bit, not too much, but quite a bit. And make sure that the wings don't point downwards like this. Make sure they point straight or a little bit upwards, like a V. And then thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.